they want Tim Allen to be dead.
Does anybody have a ricin guy?
So they're heading home from the airport. It's very rainy, but they have to stop to get a few things. And we're going to have this moment. It's like it's rainy, he's forgotten his umbrella, and now he has to go out and get wet. And what's supposed to be happening here is we're supposed to be feeling sympathy for this poor everyman who's being, bossed around by his nagging wife or whatever. But it's Tim Allen, and fuck that guy, so none of it works.
Also, fuck anyone who feels this way.
I don't want to go into the grocery store with you. You go get wet and I stand dry.
Just kill yourself. You don't have to be here. You don't. If you're upset about doing this favor for your wife, it's not going to work out. You're never going to find a thing you like. You're just going to keep finding dissatisfying experiences. You should blow your tailpipe. Like, it's got to end. It's got to end. There are kids starving in India. Cut yourself up and mail yourself to them. Do something.
Get the divorce and look up hoflation first and get into all the men's rights bullshit, but then definitely kill yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you pick up whatever hobbies you want along the way. We're not here to tell anybody what to do. Here's the thing. I so didn't relate to this viewpoint that when the camera followed him instead of her, I was confused. Right? I was like, but wait, he's not the main character. He's the antagonist behaving like a big sack of shit.
Well, and to just make him even worse, there's a guy there selling umbrellas. And oh, how convenient. That would completely eliminate, or not completely, but that would mostly eliminate the problems that you're having in the movie right now. But he's mean to the umbrella guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he might as well somehow believe that, being mean to the umbrella guy and not having an umbrella will lower the price of the eggs that he's about to buy. And he's actually now a perfect metaphor for the country that we live in.
Yeah.
Boom!
He's soaking wet, he gets splashed while he's out, and Mom's crying because she just got a phone call from the daughter. She called from the plane, and Dad's like, that's really expensive.
Freaking use the spec to get 99 strength.
Didn't hate
I love
him
that.
enough. They added that.
Don't ask for an airplane. It's like a couple of hours. Just call after. Whatever. I actually, for a second, I was like, that's a valid complaint. Don't do that.
I had to erase so many notes that I had in here when I saw how sympathetic you were to Tim Allen's character.
Yeah, Heath. Tim Allen throughout this fucking movie. Can you just come over here for a second? I mean, you can pick up whatever hobbies you want along the way. We're not here to tell anybody what to do. Here's the thing. I so didn't relate to this viewpoint that when the camera followed him instead of her, I was confused. Right? I was like, but wait, he's not the main character. He's the antagonist behaving like a big sack of shit.
Well, and to just make him even worse, there's a guy there selling umbrellas. And oh, how convenient. That would completely eliminate, or not completely, but that would mostly eliminate the problems that you're having in the movie right now. But he's mean to the umbrella guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he might as well somehow believe that, being mean to the umbrella guy and not having an umbrella will lower the price of the eggs that he's about to buy. And he's actually now a perfect metaphor for the country that we live in.
Yeah. So he comes back out, he's soaking wet, he gets splashed while he's out, and Mom's crying because she just got a phone call from the daughter. She called from the plane, and Dad's like, that's really expensive. And I'm like, in case I didn't hate him enough, they added that.
Don't ask for an airplane. It's like a couple of hours. Just call after. Whatever. I actually, for a second, I was like, that's a valid complaint. Don't do that.
Heath, I had to erase so many notes that I had in here when I saw how sympathetic you were to Tim Allen's character.
Yeah, Heath, join me over here for a second.
They make me
Tim Allen throughout this fucking movie. Can you just come over here for a second? Hey, can you just take it me when we're just like you just take it me?
Are we in the whisper area?
Yeah, we're just over here. The podcast listeners can't hear us. It's just we're gonna villainize Tim Allen, and you're gonna be like, what? That's totally normal. But if you just tuck in those moments.
You just tuck it in and say nothing instead.
3, 2, 1, break.
Okay. I think I lost the audience already when I started.
No, it's okay. They can't hear us here.
They can't. Right.
If we last too long, no, we'll.
And we're back. Hey, where you guys been? I was talking about this movie. So when he has to go back into the store to get more shit, and then he gets even wetter, and the umbrella guy tries to sell him Umbrella ain't dead. Anyway, so yeah, sorry. That's look. All my notes are just what's happening in the fucking movie. I bad in Kara notes. Kara, I hate me notes.
Yeah. I liked the rising action of this, though. I thought by the end he was going to be, like, sealed in a magician's water tank, just actively drowning until I was like, okay, that one's bad, to be fair.
No, that would be annoying. So, but as he's doing all of this, he sees an advertisement for a Carnival cruise. And I'm like, yes, Tim Allen, that is what you deserve. One of the worst things that I could possibly wish on anyone, a fucking Carnival cruise. But please, one that tips over and gets norovirus or something.
I was going to say Carnival Cruise because they can't advertise norovirus.
Yeah.
I don't like cruises. Eli, can you join me in the whisper area?
What's going on?
Is it cool to not like cruises? Because I didn't like a movie once and everybody hated me.
Yeah, no, they hate you so much. And you went over to my shitty show that 4 people listened to take it back. It's like 6 guys.
Do you think I redeemed myself doing that?
I think you totally redeemed yourself, but they gotta listen over at dearoldads.com/Patreon.
I'm not a bad person. Wait, you can't hear me right now. And we're back. I'm not a bad person.
What? Excellent. Did I do my water tank joke?
Okay, so that evening they're having like hate each other dinner, which they're not, right? I wrote that in my notes, but like it's just because Tim Allen is so fucking hateable that I can't imagine eating dinner with him without hating him. That's not what's supposed to be happening at all, right?
Yeah. Do you think they did a couple of takes where charismatic beauty Jamie Lee Curtis tried to vamp with Tim Allen and he was like, too many Mexicans? And she was like, all right, you know what? Why don't we just start the scene in silence and then you'll say your first line.
There you go. So we have this, like, she asks about the plot, he tells her about the plot, and then we have this long moment where he's staring at her, and the comedy beat they're going for is she thinks he wants to have sex now that the daughter's out of the picture, but he wants to sell her on the idea of doing a cruise.
Yeah, he's like, I've got an idea, and he's kind of making eyes, and she's like, all right, let's fuck, exactly. And he, like, goes out to do his idea for a second. And she's like, okay, I've got to get drunk to fuck Tim Allen. Drinks an entire glass of wine in one go.
2 glasses. She reaches over and grabs his, too.
Yep, she needs to be drunk enough to fuck that guy.
Yeah. But then he comes back in, and he's like, no, not sex. Shut up. We're not doing sex. We're doing some accounting. And he's going to introduce the plot of Skipping Christmas now.
Yeah. This is the first time that the movie expects us to think that Tim Allen would rather do anything except fuck Jamie Lee Curtis. I was so confused. I was like, but Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis has indicated that she's willing to fuck you. There's literally nothing short of a medical emergency that would stop you from fucking Jamie Lee Curtis. That should stop you from fucking Jamie Lee Curtis. If Jamie Lee Curtis appeared in my weird recording studio right now and did a series of gestures, I'd just stop talking.
So yeah, but instead he brings out his ledger and he's showing her, he's like, hey, look at all this money we spent on Christmas last year. $6,000. For that money, we could do a 10-day Caribbean cruise with Carnival.
Yeah. Okay. Eli, this area real quick. Please, come on over. Can I point out how...
Can Noah come?
Can I... Yeah,
I feel like he's felt left out. Noah, come on over here.
I'm editing this bit out.
See, this is why he's left out of the whisper corner. So try to open our hearts.
I would like to point out to everybody that this is a great idea to use your money, $6,000.
No, I'm out of the whisper corner. And we're back.
Okay,
nothing happens.
So here's the inherent conflict in this whole thing, right? Because his idea is, hey, you know that money that we usually spend on other people every year? What if we just spent that on us, right?
Yes.
And Eli and I wrote a lot of jokes about how, like, yeah, that's the opposite of being a good person there. But then Heath was like, his entire thing is just a treatise on why that's actually really a much better idea.
Heath laid out a budget for him and Ann this year. It's upsetting. There's a spreadsheet in the center of it.
This is totally reasonable to go on a trip and maybe not be around at Christmas sometimes. This is a great idea.
Absolutely.
Empty nesters want to just get out and do their own thing, maybe revive their marriage a little bit, but the movie has to make this, like, the bad guy idea from Tim Allen, so they have to add a little thing of like, Jamie Lee Curtis being like, we could still donate to charity with a little bit of that money and still go on the trip. And he's like, no. The little boycott, which is a dick move.
Yes!
And to add that to make the bad guy thing sort of work.
That's exactly what I was going to say, is because there are reasonable versions of this, but every turn of this movie, he'll be like, and
No, look, absolutely. So, but the entire movie is ruined if they say, hey, you know what, being around the house without our daughter for the first time is going to be very difficult and everything's going to remind us of Christmas. Why don't we just go on a trip and avoid that? Like, if they just say that and then tell that to people, this movie has no conflict whatsoever. Right? When people do that, they generally don't be like, and I'm also not sending Christmas cards because fuck all of you.
and I'm not getting any of my employees' gifts.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's shit like that. So they argue
My
about
first
this.
instinct is like, Christmas cards are dumb too. No, but I've turned on this one. Ann and Guy
Christmas card was
put together a
adorable.
Christmas
Ethan,
card
right?
with
Yes,
all of us
exactly.
and Bailey the Golden Retriever, and it's my favorite. It's on my fridge right now. I love it.
It's on my fridge too. So they argue about whether they can do the charitable donations and eventually agree that they can. So this is now the plot. They're going to skip Christmas and go on this cruise, right?
Yeah.
So his first step in this is
The plot of this movie is a phone call with my aunt where I'm playing video games.
Yep, yeah.
Just like, oh, you know, sorry, give me 1 second. You're gonna hear like beeping and booping in the background. That's Max. He's got AIDS or something. I don't know.
Why I didn't. Oh fuck. Yeah, really
She
loud.
didn't
was
say
on
that.
TV.
Crazy.
So yeah. So but then his first step, Tim Allen's first step, he goes to work the next day and he writes it's not even a fucking email. He prints this out and hands it to everybody. It's a little memo that says, "Fuck Christmas, I'm not getting you shit, and I'm not going to your stupid fucking parties."
Yeah.
I thought this was a great idea.
Before we did this review, just a couple of days before this review, No Illusions got me a truly wonderful Christmas present. But I can't help but wonder if that Christmas present's expediency was put on. Keiko spent 20.
Yeah, but
And we're back.
this is the first of the title drops. This is where his memo ends with, "I am simply skipping."
Okay, he's
Oh, hello.
not doing gifts.
Hello. I'm live. I'm live right now. How's it going?
Oh, hi. Hi, Internet.
Hi.
Well, I can call you later.
No, that's cool. I could also like mute myself while I'm doing this. It's not a big deal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're doing your melee only thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it. It's going pretty well, I guess.
Well, I can let you focus.
Hold on, give me a second here.
Okay.
Y'all ready for this? Please don't sue me. Not copyrighted. Alright, who's watching? Y'all watching? Y'all ready for this? Alright. Oh, I should build up the sunfires and not waste them right now. Well. Alright, what you got, Jaddy? Go ahead, kill me, bitch. I fucking dare you. Yeah, that's what I thought. Come on. Wha-pow! Woo! What happened? What happened? What happened? Bro, what happened? Why didn't I get the challenge? You gotta be shitting me. Ah. I mean, it doesn't say it failed it. I just used a spec and it didn't say it failed it. So what the fuck? Is it because I logged out and back in? Bro. I guess we're not using the sunlight spear. fucking sperm guzzling puppy fucker. No pet. God! Thanks, Randy. He says, props to you for doing this on mobile. Can't stand it personally. It's easy, man. I think people, like, get scared of mobile because they're not used to the interfaces and shit. And it's like, honestly, in a lot of little ways, it's actually easier to do stuff on mobile than it is on the laptop. Because I can click in 2 places at once with my 2 different fingers when you have to, like speed race your mouse across the screen to try and, like, inaccurately click it. It's like I can just go bop bop. I can just go bop bop, and you have to go like with your mouse, like nah. Like I don't gotta stress. Like for me, for Jad, like Jad is just like I can just tap a prayer. I can click him. I can tap prayer. I can click him. I can tap prayer. I can click him or whatever. It's like I don't have to do shit. So I don't know. I think more people should try and do stuff on mobile. Fuck. Most thing I'm frustrated with is I have to do it again. I've already done a melee fight cave. I just finished it. Oh, this is gonna be so slow because this fucking thing's so slow. It's even slower than the Sunfire Spear, I think. Oh, it's the same speed.
This is a one-way. That's the thing. It's a one-way gift relationship, right? If he was going to all his coworkers and saying, "Hey guys, we're doing this trip and I'm not really going to be able to afford it, and so I'm out on the Secret Santa thing." That's nothing, right? That's absolutely nothing. But giving your fucking secretary I'm not buying you anything for Christmas this year so I can go on a trip memo is a dick fucking
Julie's never sent us a basket. It's a one-way street, them baskets.
So. Okay, so So then we.
Thank you. Julie, if you're listening,
Nice.
Julie, join us in the Wisconsin.
So then we cut to Jamie Lee Curtis salivating over the Christmas cards that she can't buy either, apparently. Oh, by the way, we should also establish, I didn't mention this at the time, but when he did the math, they spent $6,000 on Christmas. The cruise only cost $3,000, right? So they have $3,000 extra dollars to match the money they spent. Right, so they could do the Christmas cards and buy the gifts for right, like they don't even establish that as a financial need. I just want to point out again how stupid the plot of this
That
movie is.
cruise is gonna ding you on a bunch of extras. You're gonna
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
God
of
knows.
course.
Don't never think that an all-inclusive cruise is all-inclusive.
Oh, dolphin swims 110 a person. Oh man.
So anyway, but she can't buy the Christmas cards, and apparently, so her Christmas card salesman, who knows her name, chases her down on the street.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, hey, if you want those Christmas cards that you like, you're going to have to order them soon to get them out on time.
I get it.
Just so that we can have an awkward, I'm not doing
And
Christmas
she's
this
like,
year
I'm not
exchange.
doing it this year. And he like sprints after her and tries to tackle her. It's a lot.
He follows her into a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. We might as well do a follow cut to like him carving his name into a pillar in his card shop.
He's doing pull-ups that say Christmas card on his knuckles. Yeah.
So, but he follows her into this restaurant where she's having lunch with her friends, and he's like, wait a minute, how could you not be doing Christmas cards? What are you not doing Christmas? And all of her friends are like, wait, don't you have the big Christmas Eve party that we all go to every year? Are you not doing that? And she's like, no, I'm not. Right? Sorry, this is the fucking plot of the movie. I've got nothing else. The movie's got nothing else.
She's like, hey, Aubrey, card guy, can you join me in this area?
Yeah, right.
Can you open on me, my friend?
I love the moment though where Felicity Huffman, who plays one of the friends in just this scene, is like, well, what are we supposed to do if we can't go to your party? And she very sanely is like, anything you want to, and they're like, but you're not having a party. I want to go to your party.
Right, okay, but so here's the thing though. If you're the person who has the Christmas Eve party every year and you've decided not to do Christmas, it's incumbent on you to go to reach out to these people and say, hey, I'm not doing the Christmas Eve party this year. And also when they ask her about this, she doesn't say, well, without Blair there, it really feels empty and sad in our house, so we want to get away and everything. At which point her friends would say, oh yeah, no, we support you in that because we care about you and all your friends. Instead, she has to be really angry about it, or the movie doesn't work.
Yeah, Felicity Huffman is like, trust me, I get how hard it is when your kid's not home. Have you tried posing her with just some starving kids and saying she went to the preschool?
It's really hard for the kid when one of the parents goes to jail, too, as I learn.
So yeah, but she says she's not doing Christmas, and the entire restaurant stops to stare at him like the bad guy just walked into the saloon.
Everybody in this restaurant hears skip Christmas, those two words, and they're like, Jewish, get her. They're so mad.
I wrote in my notes, okay, they should have renamed this movie The Town Without Jews, apparently.
Well, this is a suburb of Chicago, so
Yeah, no, that's fair.
they are Christmas fascists. They are
Clearly. So then we get Tim Allen at home when the door-to-door Christmas tree salesmen show up, just like every year, right? These stupid manufactured fucking controversies, but they're not buying a tree this year, which means that they're ruining the Boy Scouts.
Yeah, and I just have to
Don't
talk about
support the Boy Scouts. That was a bad move by the
Yeah,
movie.
support the Girl Scouts. But at the same time, they have this physical bit that I just have to point out, right? So when Tim Allen finally breaks it to the Boy Scout guy that he's not going to buy the tree, he dramatically tips it over, but the person who wrote this movie has the memory of a goldfish, so then he just has to pick it up and take it away. They just wanted that womp womp sound effect that comedies from the 80s did where something fell over. That was the purpose of the entire scene.
Yeah, right. They're just like, guys, we're like almost 30 minutes in and nothing has fallen over yet.
Yeah, the center of this writer's visions board is just a trumpet going wah, 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 wah.
All right, I thought the drop thing was going to be impactful. Grab it. We have to, because otherwise we're just giving him a free treat. We have to take that now.
We'll walk away. But yeah, so he's ruined the fucking Boy Scouts Christmas and shit by not getting a tree. And then of course he has to explain it like an asshole again. He can't just say, well, we're actually not going to be in town for Christmas, at which point everybody would be like, oh, right, it would be weird to get a tree then.
Yeah, and we learned that it is okay to go out of town for Christmas later in the movie. It's not that everyone's trapped in their homes like that thing where Scarlett Johansson and that guy give birth to a nerd bird, right? Like, this is something else. I don't think it was Scarlett Johansson. I think it was a different actor who I don't remember. You
There's a neighbor who goes away during Christmas and it's fine, but it's only because that neighbor left all the lights on of their, outside their house, did the whole decoration thing, got a tree, and like kept the fire hazard going for a week with nobody there. And they're like, okay,
I have a theory about why I think they're okay with that.
Why?
What
What
do
do
you
you
think?
think?
We'll get to it.
We'll get there.
When we get to
yeah,
it.
we don't need to. Yeah, as you say, we don't need to poach the content in this skeleton of a fucking movie. Yeah.
like racially.
So then we cut to without context. That's even better. So yeah, but they go inside and after telling the Boy Scouts that they're not going to get the tree, and now they're worried because the Boy Scouts are telling their neighbor Dan Aykroyd, who is the fucking Führer of Christmas fascists, apparently.
I fucking love Dan Aykroyd.
He's awesome.
He's been doing the same performance in every movie his entire fucking career.
It keeps
completely unaware that he's in a movie, and every time I'm like, yep, adore him.
He's almost never funny, but he's just managed to be synonymous with comedy somehow.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Got blown by a ghost in Ghostbusters. It was remotely in keeping with sort of the theme they were going for, but he's like, no, I'm getting blown by a ghost in this fucking movie, and they let him do it.
This man's entire comedy career is based on talking like someone trying to get the attention of an entire marching band at once, and it has carried him for 30 years, 40 years.
Now,
God bless him.
yeah,
Right?
exactly.
And
We're
Good
in
maestro energy. It works.
as far as I can see from a brief Google, not problematic. So hey, I'll take it.
I mean, from a skeptic's perspective, he's at least a bit problematic. But
Oh no, what did he do?
Oh, he's just woo all the fucking way. He believes all the shit he said in Ghostbusters. It's just he's compared to some. I mean, he's no Chevy Chase, but
If a ghost offers to blow you, you say yes, though. That's true.
So,
I feel like that's
Is that
true.
what it is? Did the ghost come forward? He did one of those iPhone things?
all right. So that night, Tim's taking out the trash when Dan Aykroyd comes up to give him some shit for skipping Christmas, right? And we see like everybody putting up Christmas decorations except for him. Also, for some reason there are sound effects like aliens are racing their photon bikes somewhere behind. I never figured out what the fuck that was supposed to be.
That would be Dan Aykroyd's mom, his character's mom, and she's got a T-shirt cannon device that she's firing into their yard to spread big clumps of tinsel all over
I
everything.
was very confused.
That seems like an environmental nightmare. Okay.
Just a terrible
then-
idea.
And then we also got these other neighbors out there doing like putting up lights in an infomercial slapstick.
Yeah, man. I kept being like, oh, I wonder how that's going to turn out to be funny. And then I realized, nope, that's the joke. That happens to be like seven times throughout the movie.
well,
I'm like, okay,
he did fall down.
I wonder what they're setting up with this guy falling down. And I'm just like, oh no, that was all they were hoping for.
Yep. So, but Dan Aykroyd's kind of giving him like it's a great, this entire neighborhood does Christmas. It would be a shame if somebody was to not do Christmas and ruin the neighborhood. And
Yeah. He's described as the ward boss of the street. So they make this he's like the HOA psychopath of the street. And they make him into the good guy just because he likes Christmas, and that's like automatic good guy status. I hate it.
I wrote my notes like as inherently douchey as what Dan Aykroyd's character is doing here. Tim Allen still manages to be the bad guy by just being Tim Allen about it.
Yeah, it's good casting in that sense.
Imagine how hard it is to be worse than a guy whose entire purpose is making other people put Christmas decorations on their house.
Yeah. So, okay, so now it's the next morning. Well, so there's some fucking thing. I don't even get this, but everybody in the neighborhood puts Frosty the Snowman out.
Yes.
On the same day or something, and this is some grand tradition that everyone is going to be like really super upset about if they don't do it.
Now, to be clear, they already own the Frosty,
Yep.
right? So the purported purpose of this movie, which is saving money, it saves them nothing to put up the Frosty.
Even worse, we get Dan Aykroyd and his kids out on the porch yelling to him that, hey, we'll put it up for you. We'll actually do the work of putting it up.
Yeah.
And they still won't do it. Yeah.
But wait, guys, is there something Tim Allen could do to make sure that No Illusion hates him for the rest of this movie? Why? It's stepping on a cat.
Oh my god, it gets so much fucking worse. Yeah, okay. So now we have to introduce the neighbor that he doesn't get along with, Walt, and Walt's cancer wife, Bev. Right? Yeah. So Walt and Bev live across the street, and they have this adorable long-haired Persian cat, and Tim Allen steps on its tail over and over again. That's a comedy beat, right? Like, again, Eli's like, what are they setting up with him stepping on the cat over and over again? Nothing. Him stepping on the cat is the joke.
Were I a trickster god trying to convince No Illusions to fight an individual human on the planet, having them step on a cat over and over again is my, like, third runner-up, and that's only if I can't fit Lucinda under their foot.
Alright, so like, for those of you who don't follow me on social media, about 4 different fucking times this month I've posted videos of like the street cats that I come across on my walks and me giving them belly rubs and shit like that. Yeah, I wrote my notes. Oh, his neighbor's cat doesn't like him. He must be a terrible person. That's the only explanation.
Exactly. All cats hate him because cats are liberal. Everyone knows that.
Yet another reason why they're better than dogs. Okay.
Yeah. Cats are definitely all in real life hating Tim Allen. Like they see him and they prickle up and they get the thing going because they can see evil somehow in that other dimension. They know.
Yeah, you know when your cat like hisses at a random spot in the wall and you don't know why?
It's Tim Allen.
Somewhere they are pointing exactly at Tim Allen.
Tim Allen's personality is on the wall
Facing
somehow.
him like Mecca. He's like the anti-Mecca for cats. Yeah. So
hate Mecca for cats. Wait, I'm gonna buy Tim Allen as the hate Mecca for cats.
Yeah, no, sometimes we gotta take a break. I get it.
Real
I
quick.
get it. Okay. So okay,
$11.
so then it's already owned.
Buy a cat.
So he goes to work where everyone hates him for not Christmasing. And then we've got his wife at home, right? Jamie Lee Curtis is stuck at home while everyone in the neighborhood hates them for not putting up their Frosty. So we have this whole long bit where, like, the kids are all screaming, give us your Frosty. We don't know why they won't give him the Frosty. She starts hiding under the blanket from them because I guess she thinks maybe there's some humor under there somewhere.
Oh, God. Just what an awful thing to do to Jamie Lee Curtis, to be like, I don't know, like, what do you think would be funny? Because that's obviously what happened, right? Yes. She looks out the window and she was like, what do I do? And he was like, I don't know, like, what if you, like, hid under the bed? And she was like, I don't fit under the bed. So he was like, I don't know, what do you...
Well, that's exactly right. There's just nothing, there's no funny premise or setup anywhere to be found in this stupid fucking movie. So now she has to drive away from her house, but she has to drive as though she's sneaking.
Yeah, because of the Christmas fascists that are gonna attack her, but they actually do attack her. So she, like, tries to sneak out in her delightful 90s Ford Taurus wagon, and she's all bundled up because it's cold. But her driver's side window is open, which makes no sense except that it's going to set up a physical violence bit when she gets attacked by Aykroyd.
Right. It has to be open so Dan Aykroyd can hang out of it and get the window rolled up on his fingers. Exactly. All right. Well, these are the only stakes this movie will ever have, really. So we need a quick break to cope with that. But we're going to be back in a minute with even more of Christmas with the Cranks.
Hey, podcast listener, has this ever happened to you?
I may not be perfect, but you know I love you.
That's right, your shitty dad is post-hoc inferring a lifetime of love and affection now that he can't literally hit you anymore. And you don't know what to do. Do you communicate? Do you make him see the error of his ways? Introducing Poison for Dads!
Wait, what?
That's right. Each dose of Poison for Dads is guaranteed to stop abusive shitty dad's cycle of verbal and physical violence. Guaranteed.
But I have a heart of gold under my thorny exterior.
No, You don't. You're a bad person. With Poison for Dads, you can end generational trauma, prevent future symptoms, and cut pain and angst at the source. Poison for Dads. Now available in seasonal eggnog flavor.
I'd like to try therapy now.
No, too late.
And we're back for more of this shit, and we're going to rejoin the action with Tim and Jamie Lee Curtis meeting at the restaurant to talk about the plot some more.
Yeah, they're talking about gender roles and invisible labor, and it's going as well as you imagine that conversation goes with Tim Allen.
Yeah.
It's such a weird cell phone in the movie.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis is pointing out that, like, Christmas decoration shaming is, like, a real thing that happens, and it's kind of a feminist issue because the woman in a couple, in this case, is the one who's taking the brunt of all that, and that's, like, very real, for sure.
Right. And then Tim Allen's response to that is, counterpoint, look at this skimpy bikini I bought you. Literally, like, what a weird cell phone. So, but the bathing suits are so that they can go tanning together.
Hey, podcast listener, this is one of those times where I, too, sat there and was like, I can't wait to see how this joke pans out. That's it. They just go tanning. I'm just going to spoil it for you right now.
Yep.
Jamie Lee Curtis bonks her head at one point, so that's
Wow,
cool.
now we have nothing to talk about.
Spoilers, yeah, right.
Goddamn. This episode was only 28 minutes long. Come on.
Yeah, that's mostly because I had to cut out all of this fucking going off into the whisper room shit.
That's true. That's true. Podcast listener, you don't know, but it's been the sections you've heard. They are the last remaining messages.
So okay, but she doesn't want
Finish
to
this
do
tomorrow,
it,
y'all. I'm
which makes
falling
it
asleep.
funny. So
Thanks
then
for
they
watching.
go to the tanning place, and there's one girl that has way too much tan, and that is a bottomless well of humor. You don't even have to make punchlines. That setup that good is just already funny enough.
She's way too tan, and she works there, so she probably got too tan by using the thing where she works.
Good night.